What if I told you your Tesla is already outdated? Because China just revealed cars that look like they were teleported from the year 2050. And I'm not kidding, these things don't just drive, they jump, dance, transform, and literally think for themselves. But before we start, I'm about to show you 10 insane Chinese cars that will absolutely shock you. So smash that subscribe button right now because the #1 car on this list is so crazy it almost defies gravity and it practically breaks the laws of physics. This is the countdown of the top 10 most advanced Chinese cars that are about to shock the world. Let's start with number 10, and believe me, even this one will blow your mind. Number 10. Maextro S800. Forget legacy brands from Germany or California. This luxury four-door from China just arrived, and it appears borrowed from 15 years into the future, ready to humiliate every established nameplate. I'm referring to the Maextro S800, a sedan forcing you to reconsider the entire definition of executive travel. The exterior design is pure spectacle. Begin with the nose. A colossal LED matrix grille that isn't decorative, it's a programmable light canvas greeting you with custom animations, a private visual performance each time you approach. Razor-sharp lamp clusters slice horizontally like energy beams. It doesn't just look tomorrow, it recognizes your presence. From the profile, this machine is elongated, low-slung, and radiates authority. You know how the Lucid Air and Porsche Taycan deliver that stretched, minimalist aesthetic? The S800 borrows that formula and injects its own character with a coupe-inspired roofline cascading into a fastback tail. The roller's absolutely enormous 22-inch forged alloys featuring aero-tuned spokes appearing sculpted by airflow itself. Door pulls? Forget traditional chrome grips. These lie completely flat, emerging only when you step close, making every journey feel like piloting a concept exhibit that escaped the show floor. Around back, the taillight assembly forms one unbroken luminous ribbon resembling cut crystal, spanning the entire width and integrating seamlessly with a subtle ducktail spoiler. The machine radiates that spacecraft departing the runway energy, sleek, commanding, utterly impossible to overlook. Step through the threshold, and this is where astonishment truly sets in. The entire instrument panel, one massive, continuous glass canvas. I'm describing a wall-to-wall display making Tesla's Model S feel trapped in the flip phone epoch. Directly ahead, the operator receives a high-resolution digital cockpit. Center stage hosts a cinema-grade infotainment hub, and directly before the passenger, yes, their own dedicated screen for streaming, browsing, gaming. Your co-pilot can essentially binge content while you cruise. Now, the seating. Oh, these aren't car chairs, they're luxury lounge recliners. Plush quilted hide with heating, ventilation, and massage programs rivaling 5-star resort treatments. Even rear occupants enjoy royalty status with recline capability, making you feel airborne at 35,000 feet. Armrests descend with concealed compartments and wireless charging. Naturally, a panoramic glass canopy bathes the cabin in daylight. And as a flex, Maextro delivers a programmable starlight headliner. Set the ambiance with glowing constellations, gentle hues, or full nightclub vibes if that suits you. The entire interior wraps in leather, suede, and wood details screaming artisan craftsmanship. Technology-wise, it overflows. Facial recognition unlocks everything. Gesture commands control infotainment. An AI companion responds naturally. You don't press buttons here, you converse with the vehicle and it obeys instantly. Want climate adjustment, lighting tweaks, or soundtrack changes? Just speak. Done. Here's the twist. It's not merely luxury for the pilot. The S800 qualifies as a genuine full-size sedan, meaning authentic space behind. I'm describing legroom allowing crossed legs with margin remaining. The cargo hold? Cavernous. Family expeditions, airport transfers, business baggage, it devours everything. Under the floor resides a fully electric powertrain delivering over 650 kilometers CLTC range, translating to roughly 400 real-world miles. The genuine flex? 800-volt architecture, meaning ultra-rapid charging from 10 to 80% in merely 15 minutes at compatible stations. Performance-wise, don't let dimensions deceive. It packs dual motors with all-wheel traction and 0 to 60 in approximately 4.3 seconds, quicker than certain BMW M variants. Smooth, silent, ridiculously rapid for a rolling luxury hotel. Now steel yourself. This rolling spacecraft commands around $140,000. Yes, that's direct Mercedes S-Class and BMW 7 territory. But here's the kicker. You receive a technology level and wow factor those brands simply don't match. A machine making even a $200,000 Maybach feel slightly dated. But here's the million-dollar puzzle. Would you genuinely invest S-Class capital on a Chinese newcomer, or play safe with a German emblem even if it appears technologically outdated? Share your perspective in the comments, because at entry 9, we've discovered a Chinese SUV so colossal and extravagant it renders a Cadillac Escalade like a family minivan.
Number 9. Hongqi EHS9. Picture an electric utility vehicle so massive, so opulent, it transforms a Cadillac Escalade into a compact crossover. That's the Hongqi EHS9, China's luxury fortress on wheels. Externally, this machine is simply enormous, skyscraper enormous. We're discussing over 5.2 meters length, surpassing a BMW X7 and matching a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The forward grille, forget subtlety. It's this colossal chrome cascade resembling a palace entrance. And here's the flex, fully illuminated with vertical LED pillars descending like light columns. The lamp assemblies sit razor-thin and elevated, while daytime signatures form a sharp T configuration screaming contemporary luxury. From the flank, you immediately register the pure scale. It rides on enormous 22-inch turbine pattern rollers with an upright posture making it dominate every traffic lane. The roofline stays boxy and regal, not coupe-like, because this SUV isn't pretending athleticism, it's broadcasting dominance. Walk rearward and discover a full-width luminous bar glowing like a neon cityscape after dark. Vertical tail lamps extend downward into the bumper, amplifying presence further. Chrome accents trace the flanks and windows, delivering that classic luxury aesthetic with a futuristic twist. Honestly, park this beside a Lincoln Navigator, and the Navigator suddenly appears timid. Step inside, and this transforms into full presidential mode. The Hongqi EHS9 interior resembles a luxury yacht merged with a technology lounge. First impression, screens. 3 giant displays stretch across the dashboard, one for the operator, one for infotainment, one exclusively for the passenger, plus rear seat entertainment systems ensuring nobody stares vacantly out windows. Materials, premium hide everywhere, quilted with diamond stitching and accented with genuine wood and brushed aluminum. The steering wheel possesses this substantial, commanding appearance, more like helming a vessel than operating a car. But here's the genuine flex, rear accommodations. Depending on specification, you select 6 or 7 seats. Choose 6 and the middle rank receives full captain's thrones with heating, cooling, and massage capability. Correct, even your children could ride in spa chairs. Cabin lighting is fully programmable with ambient glow tracing doors, dash, even the ceiling. And because no Chinese luxury machine is complete without drama, the panoramic roof is massive, basically the dimensions of a modest apartment ceiling. After dark, it transforms into a star-patterned display, precisely like a Rolls-Royce. Imagine being chauffeured in this apparatus. It's less vehicle, more rolling penthouse. And yes, it's genuinely practical. 3 rows, abundant headroom, and a cargo bay handling family expeditions without strain. It's the SUV you acquire if you want to feel like the executive of every highway. Now, beneath all that opulence sits a fully electric configuration. The EHS9 arrives with dual motors producing over 500 horsepower and all-wheel command. Range, approximately 300 miles real-world, depending on battery pack. Charging isn't as bleeding edge as newer Chinese EVs, about 30 minutes to 80% on rapid infrastructure. But honestly, this isn't about velocity. It's about silent, effortless cruising in a literal electric palace. And here's where it becomes wild. The EHS9 starts around $80,000 in China. Let me emphasize, a full-size electric SUV with Rolls-Royce atmosphere for the cost of a nicely equipped Ford Expedition. Even fully loaded with every option, you remain well below half what a Rolls Cullinan would demand. But here's the question. Would Americans genuinely purchase a Chinese SUV this large and flashy, or stick with their Escalades and Navigators? Drop your perspective below. And if you're appreciating these mind-bending Chinese machines so far, ensure you hit that subscribe button, because the next entry makes Tesla resemble yesterday's technology.
Number 8. The Avatr 11. Now picture a vehicle so sleek, so futuristic, it belongs in a superhero franchise instead of your driveway. That's the Avatr 11, an SUV engineered by Huawei, CATL, and Chang'an, a smartphone titan, a battery monarch, and an automaker collaborating to construct a spacecraft on wheels. Externally, the Avatr 11 doesn't even resemble a traditional SUV. It's more like a high-tech coupe that decided to build muscle. The forward end is razor-sharp with ultra-slim headlamps stretching across like glowing eyebrows. Instead of a bulky grille, you discover sculpted air channels and a clean, futuristic nose, making Teslas appear dated. Shift to the profile, and this is where it genuinely flexes. The roofline flows downward like a coupe, yet the body maintains that wide, planted stance of a performance SUV. Giant 21-inch turbine wheels fill the arches, and naturally, flush pop-out handles plus camera mirrors replacing old-school side mirrors. The proportions echo Lamborghini Urus, but with that extra sci-fi edge. At the rear, oh man, a single blade of illumination runs across the width, curving into vertical accents at the edges. It resembles a neon strip extracted directly from a cyberpunk video game. There's also a subtle active spoiler ascending at velocity, delivering that athletic meets futuristic vibe. Honestly, park this beside a Model Y and the Tesla resembles a toaster. Step through and the Avatr 11 feels more like a Huawei smart home than a car. Front and center sits a massive 15.6-inch floating touchscreen with a driver's display behind the wheel. And here's the flex, a 10.25-inch passenger display exclusively for whoever rides shotgun. So yeah, no more battling over Spotify playlists. Design language is clean and contemporary. Leather everywhere wrapped around minimalist panels with brushed aluminum and soft-touch materials, feeling premium without excess. The steering wheel, flat-bottomed, sporty with touch-sensitive commands, and the seats, sculpted, heavily bolstered, finished in eco-leather with optional suede. They're heated, cooled, and naturally possess massage capability. The rear bench isn't merely an afterthought either. There's abundant legroom thanks to the extended wheelbase, and ambient lighting tracing the doors creates the impression you're seated in a futuristic lounge. Huawei's Harmony OS powers the entire cabin, so the vehicle operates like one giant smartphone. Facial recognition initiates startup, AI voice assistant manages everything from audio to climate, over-the-air updates keep it evolving. It's less like occupying a car, more like inhabiting a living, breathing gadget. Even with coupe styling, the Avatr 11 doesn't penalize you for having companions or family. There's a spacious second rank, ample headroom for adults, and a surprisingly generous trunk for expeditions, so it's futuristic and functional. Underneath, you're receiving serious EV muscle. Dual-motor all-wheel drive configuration with up to 578 horsepower, launching this SUV from 0 to 60 in merely 3.9 seconds. Range, approximately 420 miles CLTC, which should translate to roughly 300 to 320 real-world miles. Charging, thanks to CATL's battery technology, you receive 750-volt rapid charging, meaning 10 to 80% in approximately 20 minutes if you locate the correct station. That's insane velocity for a family-sized SUV. And here's the wild component. All of this for around $55,000 to $65,000 in China. That's barely exceeding a Tesla Model Y performance, yet with vastly superior technology, luxury, and design flair. It's like acquiring a Bentley for the cost of a BMW. But would you genuinely trust Huawei and a Chinese startup over Tesla or Mercedes? That's the debate. Cutting-edge innovation or proven brand safety? Share in the comments, because at Entry 7, we've discovered a vehicle so radical it doesn't even feel terrestrial. Wait until you witness this one.
Number 7. BYD Yangwang U8. Alright, visualize this. An SUV so advanced it can literally navigate through a flood without sinking. And if circumstances become genuinely wild, it can rotate 360 degrees like a tank. No, this isn't a military prototype. It's the BYD Yangwang U8. Externally, the U8 resembles the offspring of a G-Wagon and a Range Rover on steroids. It's boxy, aggressive, absolutely gigantic, over 5 meters length and exceeding 2 meters width. The forward grille is enormous, shaped like a bold diamond with sharp LED headlamps flanking the edges. And just to flex, the headlamps possess this wild sequential animation when you unlock the vehicle. It resembles Iron Man charging his arc reactor. On the flanks, you've got squared-off wheel arches housing 21-inch alloys engineered for both urban flexing and off-road supremacy. The stance is upright, rugged, commanding. You feel like this apparatus was designed to intimidate everything else in the parking structure. At the rear, a single luminous blade runs across the width with vertical accents at the corners. There's also a subtle active spoiler ascending at velocity, delivering that sporty meets futuristic atmosphere. Step through, and the U8 feels like a futuristic command center. Directly ahead, you've discovered a huge, curved 23.6-inch digital instrument cluster paired with another massive central touchscreen for infotainment. Even the passenger receives their own display precisely like in high-end Mercedes EQ models. The seats, wrapped in plush Napa hide with intricate stitching, heated, cooled, massage. Basically first-class airline seats, but with a steering wheel. The second rank is equally luxurious, offering captain's chairs in higher specifications with their own touchscreens and full climate commands. And because it's BYD, you receive all the sophisticated Chinese touches, programmable ambient lighting flowing through the cabin, a panoramic roof the dimensions of a billboard, and a 22-speaker premium audio system tuned by Dyn Audio. Occupying the interior feels less like an SUV and more like a luxury intelligent lounge. Despite all the technological wizardry, it remains practical. The U8 seats up to 7 occupants comfortably, possesses a spacious trunk, and here's the kicker. It can literally float in water for up to 30 minutes during flash floods. Show me another SUV accomplishing that. Here's where it becomes insane. The U8 operates on BYD's E4 platform, meaning 4 electric motors, 1 per wheel, pumping out a combined 1,180 horsepower. Yeah, you heard correctly. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, approximately 3.6 seconds in a vehicle weighing over 3 tons. The battery is BYD's signature Blade battery, around 49 kilowatt-hours, paired with a 2.0-liter range extender, so you receive both insane EV performance and peace of mind with a generator on board. Real-world range, approximately 600 kilometers with the extender operating. Rapid charging can elevate the battery from 30 to 80% in about 18 minutes. Oh, and remember when I mentioned it can spin like a tank? That's because each wheel is controlled independently. It can crab walk sideways, rotate in position, even crawl from ditches that would destroy a normal SUV. And the cost? Around $150,000 in China. If you're appreciating these wild Chinese vehicles, hit that subscribe button for Carvo. I've discovered even crazier entries approaching, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's positioned at number 1. It makes Tesla appear ancient. Number 6. Lotus Eletre. An electric Lotus SUV sounds peculiar, correct? But this isn't merely Lotus testing the EV waters, this is the Eletre, a hyper SUV so advanced it's forcing Lamborghini to reconsider what luxury performance should represent.
Technically, it's a British badge, but let's be honest, this SUV is constructed in China, backed by Chinese capital, and it's a showcase of how China is reshaping even legacy European brands. Externally, the Eletre appears designed with a samurai blade, sharp, aggressive, carved from pure velocity. The forward end is low and wide with this massive blacked-out grille doubling as an aerodynamic air channel. The split headlamps deliver that futuristic robotic stare, while active air flaps in the forward bumper literally open and close depending on your velocity to reduce drag. Shift to the flank and it's pure supercar SUV drama. Enormous 23-inch wheels, muscular fenders, and a sloping roofline screaming coupe more than SUV. But here's the kicker. Pop-out LiDAR sensors conceal in the roof and fenders. Yep, it's scanning the road like a spacecraft. At the rear, it's Blade Runner vibes. A razor-thin light bar runs across the width, and underneath, a full active spoiler ascends and tilts like a race car wing when you push it. This isn't merely an SUV, it's Lotus reminding the world they can still drop jaws. Step through and you're struck with a blend of British luxury and Chinese technology, since Lotus is now owned by Geely. The cabin feels futuristic, but not overwhelming. The dashboard is clean with a long, thin OLED strip for the operator, a massive 15.5-inch floating center screen, and even a passenger display so your co-pilot can command media or navigation. Materials, suede, carbon fiber, and sustainable fabrics all stitched together in this athletic yet upscale manner. The steering wheel resembles something extracted from a hypercar, flat-bottomed, chunky grips with drive mode selectors directly on it. Rear passengers aren't overlooked either. You can specify the Eletre with a two-seat executive layout, granting you heated, ventilated, and massaging chairs with their own touchscreens. Add the huge panoramic roof and programmable ambient lighting, and you've secured a cabin feeling more like a private jet lounge than an SUV. And unlike a Lamborghini Urus or Ferrari-powered, this apparatus genuinely works for families. It's a full mid to large SUV with a giant trunk and proper rear legroom. So yeah, you can deliver your children to school in a 900 horsepower spacecraft. Speaking of horsepower, brace yourself. The Eletre arrives with up to 905 horsepower in the Eletre R model, exploding from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Range, around 370 miles on the WLTP cycle, thanks to a 112 kilowatt-hour battery. Charging, with 800-volt architecture, you can advance from 10 to 80% in merely 20 minutes on a DC rapid charger. It's AWD, it's lightning quick, yet it can cruise quietly for expeditions. That's hypercar DNA in an SUV. Now here's where jaws drop. Starting around $100,000 in Europe, the Lotus Eletre massively undercuts a Lamborghini Urus or Ferrari-powered, cars demanding well over $250,000. You're essentially receiving hyper SUV performance for the cost of a Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Next, at entry 5, we've discovered a Chinese EV appearing less like a vehicle and more like a spacecraft.
Number 5. IM Motors L7. Imagine a luxury sedan so intelligent it practically drives itself, massages you, and still appears cooler than a Mercedes EQS. That's the IM Motors L7, a vehicle feeling less like a sedan and more like a rolling AI assistant. Externally, the L7 doesn't demand attention, but once you genuinely observe, it's stunning. The forward section possesses this ultra-sleek, clean design. No large grille, merely a smooth face with razor-thin LED headlamps stretching across like a neon visor. When it powers on, the light signature performs a little animated dance, just to remind you this vehicle possesses more personality than certain humans. The proportions are long, low, wide, classic luxury sedan, but with futuristic edges. It's approximately the same dimensions as a BMW 7 Series, yet the curves and flush door handles render it appearing vastly more high-tech. From the flank, you'll notice the dramatic sloping roofline, delivering almost a coupe vibe, but still maintaining that executive sedan presence. The enormous alloy wheels, up to 22 inches, are sculpted with a turbine-like design, granting the entire vehicle this sensation of motion even when parked. The rear, minimalist perfection, A full-width taillight bar glows across the trunk with sharp vertical fins, delivering an almost spacecraft vibe. Honestly, if you informed me this was a concept vehicle that somehow reached production unchanged, I'd believe you. Now step through and wow, this is where the L7 flexes. The first element striking you is the gigantic 39-inch triple-screen configuration running across the entire dashboard. Driver display, infotainment, and passenger screen, all seamlessly connected into one sweeping glass panel. And yes, it's voice-activated, gesture-controlled, and packed with AI features. The steering wheel is squared off, almost like a Formula One car, with haptic controls integrated directly in. The center console is minimalist with hidden storage and wireless charging pads for both operator and passenger. But the genuine magic resides in the seats. Plush Napa leather, heated, ventilated, massaging with memory functions adjusting automatically when the AI recognizes you. Rear passengers, they've secured their own touchscreens, full recline options, even a small refrigerator if you specify it. Add programmable ambient lighting and a panoramic glass roof, and it feels like a luxury lounge fused with a gaming PC configuration. Despite the sporty appearance, it's a proper large sedan, loads of legroom, a wide rear bench, and a trunk substantial enough for serious expeditions or golf clubs. It's clearly aimed at executives and families desiring space, but with technology bragging rights. The L7 is pure EV with dual-motor all-wheel drive, pushing out up to 576 horsepower, 0 to 60 merely 3.9 seconds, which is insane for a full-size sedan. Range around 370 to 400 miles CLTC, depending on battery pack. And thanks to its 93 kilowatt-hour configuration, you've secured plenty of juice for extended drives. Charging with 400 kilowatt ultra-rapid charging, you can go from 10 to 80% in merely 20 minutes on a DC fast charger. It's all-wheel drive, lightning quick, yet can cruise quietly for road trips. Now here's where jaws drop. The L7 starts at merely around $60,000 in China. That's correct, a vehicle appearing and feeling like it could compete with a Mercedes EQS or BMW i7 for less than a Tesla Model S. It's somewhat crazy this much automobile costs less than certain pickup trucks in the US. And here's the kicker. Would people outside China genuinely trust an AI-driven sedan to handle their daily existence, or would the technology feel excessive? Share your thoughts below. If this L7 astonished your mind, wait until you witness what's approaching. So hit that subscribe button for Carvo right now, because Entry 4 resembles something that rolled straight from a sci-fi film. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Number 4. The Zeekr 007. Alright, let's transition into Entry 4, the Zeekr 007, one of the most hyped futuristic sedans emerging from China currently. Imagine a vehicle that can alter its personality with the tap of a button. Forward lights that dance, a face that smiles, and technology so advanced it feels alive. That's the Zeekr 007, a sedan making Tesla's Model 3 resemble last year's iPhone. The Zeekr 007 possesses a sleek, minimalist design that's entirely about futuristic elegance. Up front, you won't discover a boring grille. Instead, you receive what Zeekr calls the Stargate light strip, a full-width LED bar that not only illuminates but also animates, displaying patterns, messages, even emojis. Picture your vehicle winking at you when you approach. That's the level of personality we're discussing. The headlamps are razor-thin and integrated seamlessly into the forward fascia, delivering a cyberpunk vibe. From the flank, it's pure luxury sedan. Long, low roofline, flush door handles, muscular rear haunch. The proportions are spot on with a wheelbase stretching almost as long as a BMW 5 Series, granting it that executive stance. At the rear, you receive another full-width LED bar, but here's the twist. It's not merely a simple strip. It possesses layered depth with crystal-like detailing, so after dark, it resembles a glowing blade. Throw in the 20 or 21-inch wheels with aerodynamic covers, and the entire vehicle appears designed in a wind tunnel for a sci-fi movie. Now, step through, and this is where Zeekr flexes hard. The centerpiece is a 15.5-inch 2.5K OLED touchscreen floating in the middle of the dash, paired with a sleek digital driver display. But here's the kicker. Zeekr has integrated a voice assistant and advanced AI that literally learns your habits. Forget buttons, forget knobs. This vehicle predicts what you desire before you even touch it. The seats, plush Nappa leather, heated, ventilated, massaging, with nodes in the seats that actually pulsate to synchronize with the music groove. The cabin design is clean and modern, with soft touch materials, hidden air vents, and customizable ambient lighting running across doors and dash. The steering wheel is compact, squared off, futuristic, but still feels familiar enough to grasp and drive. And for the backseat crew, tons of legroom thanks to the extended wheelbase, plus optional rear screens and a center armrest with wireless charging pads. Basically, whether you're operating or being chauffeured, it feels like a luxury lounge on wheels. Unlike certain sporty sedans, the 007 doesn't sacrifice usability. You've secured a roomy trunk, generous rear headroom, and foldable seats. It's the kind of vehicle you could daily operate without surrendering comfort or space. Here's where it becomes spicy. The 007 arrives in both rear-wheel drive and AWD versions. The top specification dual motor model pumps out over 600 horsepower, rocketing from 0 to 60 in merely 2.8 seconds, faster than a Porsche Taycan 4S. Range? Thanks to its 100 kilowatt-hour cat-lib battery, you're examining up to 500 miles CLTC, one of the highest ranges in the game currently. And with 800-volt rapid charging, you can secure 370 miles of range in merely 15 minutes. That's insane. Now, here's the crazy component. The 007 starts at merely $35,000 in China. Let me repeat, a luxury sedan with Tesla-killing range, hypercar acceleration, and a party trick light show for less than the cost of a base Toyota Camry in the US. Tell me that's not mind-blowing. And hey, if that 007 made you jealous, just wait for what's next. Hit that subscribe button for Carvo right now, because Entry 3 resembles something that came straight from a design studio on Mars. Number 3. Hi-Fi Z. Now brace yourself, because this entry doesn't even resemble a vehicle. The Hi-Fi Z is less sedan and more like a spacecraft that somehow received street legality. Seriously, if Blade Runner possessed a luxury automobile, this would be it. The Hi-Fi Z is one of those vehicles that makes you halt in your tracks because it appears too wild to be genuine. Up front, the design is dominated by its programmable LED matrix lights, not merely headlamps, but pixel displays that can display animations, patterns, even words. Imagine your vehicle literally conversing with people on the street. That's the level of personality we're discussing. The headlamps are razor thin and integrated seamlessly into the forward fascia, delivering a cyberpunk vibe. From the flank, it's even crazier. Suicide-style rear doors opening backwards, flush handles popping out like they're extracted from a sci-fi film, and a floating roof design thanks to hidden pillars. The wheels are massive, up to 22 inches with this cyber-mechanical design, making it resemble something belonging in a concept art book. And the rear, a full-width LED light blade stretches across, paired with vertical fins and animated light effects. It doesn't merely glow, it puts on a performance. Park this beside a Tesla Model S, and the Tesla suddenly resembles a beige appliance. Inside, it's equally nuts. The centerpiece is a 15-inch floating OLED screen that literally swivels toward the operator or passenger on command. It's like the vehicle declaring, "Who's in charge today?" Then you've secured a massive digital instrument cluster and an HUD, so every surface feels alive with information. The materials are ultra-premium. Soft-touch vegan leather, futuristic trim panels, and customizable ambient lighting that can pulse with your audio. The steering wheel, more like a squared-off spacecraft yoke with capacitive controls. Now the back seats? Oh man, you can specify it with lounge-style captain chairs that recline, heat, ventilate, massage. There's even a rear entertainment screen and an advanced sound system tuned by Meridian, making the whole cabin feel like a private IMAX theater. And naturally, there's a giant glass roof so you can look up and feel like you're cruising through space. Despite appearing like a concept, it's surprisingly usable. 4 doors, genuine trunk space, and tons of legroom in the back, thanks to the extended wheelbase. It's not your typical family sedan, but you could absolutely daily this if you desired to flex hard at school pickup. The Hi-Fi Z is a dual-motor EV with 672 horsepower and all-wheel drive. 0 to 60 merely 3.8 seconds. Range around 350 miles CLTC on its 120 kilowatt-hour battery. Charging isn't the fastest in the game, about 30 minutes to 80% with DC rapid charging. But honestly, this vehicle is about the show as much as the go. And here's the kicker. The Hi-Fi Z costs around $90,000 in China. Yeah, that's expensive, but think about it. This is basically a drivable concept vehicle for less than half the cost of a Lucid Air Sapphire or a Porsche Taycan Turbo S. You're paying for pure shock value and tech insanity. And if you thought the Hi-Fi Z appeared insane, just wait until you witness entry 2. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button for Carvo, because this next vehicle makes even Mercedes and BMW appear behind the curve.
Number 2. NIO ET9. Alright, visualize this. A vehicle so smooth, so tech-packed, it feels less like a sedan and more like a first-class private jet on wheels. That's the NIO ET9, China's bold swing at redefining what luxury EVs should represent. The ET9 doesn't demand attention like certain wilder Chinese vehicles. Instead, it possesses this quiet, intimidating presence. Up front, the headlamps are razor-thin, almost like the vehicle is squinting at you. They blend into a clean forward fascia with hidden air vents and subtle sculpting. And then you notice the high-tech trick, those roof-mounted LiDAR sensors. Most companies attempt to conceal them, but NIO leaves them visible like futuristic crown jewels, reminding you this apparatus is loaded with autonomous technology. From the flank, the ET9 is sleek and elegant. It's over 5.3 meters long, longer than a Mercedes S-Class, with a stretched wheelbase making it appear like it's gliding even when parked. The flush door handles emerge smoothly. The lines are clean and unbroken, and the proportions scream executive luxury. Around the rear, it maintains things modern but understated. A slim light bar runs across the tail, glowing with that signature NIO vibe. And the sculpted bumper integrates seamlessly with the body. No crazy fins, no nonsense, merely futuristic elegance. This is the vehicle that doesn't need to yell, it whispers and everyone listens. Step through and it's like boarding a private jet cabin. The dashboard is minimalistic but futuristic, with a curved OLED screen before the operator, a massive infotainment panel in the center, and, because it's NIO, the friendly little AI assistant Nomi sitting on the dash blinking at you like R2-D2. But the genuine magic resides in the back seats. We're discussing full recline, leg rests, heating, cooling, massage, basically a recliner chair that moves with the vehicle. Tray tables fold out, there are personal screens, and the cabin lighting is customizable to establish any mood. And then the panoramic glass roof stretches above you, transforming the whole cabin into a rolling sky lounge. The sound system? 23 speakers tuned to deliver theater-quality audio. Watching a film or merely listening to music in this vehicle doesn't feel like a commute, it feels like an experience. Despite being entirely about luxury, it's practical too. 4 doors, massive interior space, and a trunk substantial enough for genuine road trips. It's constructed for executives, but let's be honest, families with taste and capital could daily this without compromise. Underneath, it's rocking dual motors with about 650 horsepower and all-wheel drive. That's sufficient to move this luxury beast from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Not bad for something this massive. Range? With NIO's huge battery packs, you're examining 435 plus miles CLTC. And here's the ace up their sleeve, battery swapping. Instead of waiting around for a charger, you roll up to a NIO station and in under 5 minutes, your empty battery gets swapped for a full one. That's game-changing. And get this, the ET9 is expected to start around $100,000. Yeah, it's pricey, but remember, this is aiming straight at the Mercedes S-Class and BMW 7 Series, and it brings technology those brands don't even possess yet. You're essentially purchasing tomorrow's vehicle today. But here's the debate. Would US buyers ever trust a Chinese luxury sedan over the German heavyweights? Or is NIO proving that the future of luxury might not originate from Europe at all?
Share in the comments, because coming up at number 1, we've discovered a Chinese vehicle that's so advanced it might just outshine Tesla itself.
Number 1. BYD Yangwang U9. Alright, this is it. The vehicle proving China isn't merely catching up, it's ready to shock the entire supercar world. Meet the BYD Yangwang U9, an all-electric hypercar so insane it makes even a Ferrari appear nervous. The U9 resembles something Marvel would engineer for Iron Man. The forward section is low, sharp, aggressive, with a huge intake-like grille area sculpted into the bumper, flanked by boomerang-shaped LED headlamps that appear alive when they animate. The whole body is dripping with aero, deep side vents, flowing curves, sculpted haunches screaming velocity. The doors, butterfly style, opening upward dramatically like any genuine hypercar should. From the flank, it's wide, muscular, planted to the ground. The roofline curves tightly into the rear deck, and the proportions are pure supercar DNA. Long, low, wide, mean. And at the rear, a giant active rear wing pops up at velocity, plus a full-width LED light strip delivering a futuristic signature glow. Park this beside a McLaren or Lamborghini, and honestly, the BYD doesn't merely fit in, it stands out. Step through, and it's not merely race car minimalism. BYD made it feel futuristic too. The cabin wraps around the operator with a blend of carbon fiber, Alcantara, and premium leather. The digital dash delivers fighter jet vibes with everything angled towards performance. But the center screen adds a modern EV touch, big, sharp, loaded with BYD's D-Link OS. The steering wheel, flat bottom, flat top, squared off almost like a yoke. The seats are deep racing buckets with bolstering hugging you tight, but they don't skip comfort. Heating, ventilation, insane stitching details reminding you this isn't a stripped-out track toy. And because it's BYD, you still receive a full sound system, ambient lighting, premium finishes. It's wild, a hypercar that doesn't penalize you for sitting inside it. Practical? Well, it's still a hypercar. 2 seats, barely sufficient trunk for a backpack. But let's be real, you don't purchase a U9 to haul groceries. You purchase it to drop jaws at every stoplight. Here's where things advance to full madness. 4 electric motors, 1 at each wheel, delivering over 1,300 horsepower. That's exceeding a Bugatti Chiron. 0 to 60 merely about 2 seconds flat. And then arrives the genuine party trick, BYD's Disys X suspension system. This apparatus can literally jump off the ground. I'm not joking. Videos display the U9 hopping on command like a lowrider. It can dance, balance on 3 wheels, even keep stable if one tire blows out. No other hypercar globally accomplishes this. Range around 280 to 300 miles on a charge with 800-volt rapid charging technology, juicing it up super quick. So yeah, it's as futuristic under the skin as it appears on the exterior. And now the kicker. The U9 costs about $230,000 in China. That's still crazy capital, but think about it. A fully electric hypercar with over 1,300 horsepower and party tricks no Lambo could dream of for less than half the cost of a Ferrari SF90 or McLaren P1. That's insane value in the world of supercars.
And there you possess it. 10 Chinese vehicles proving the future of driving might not originate from Detroit, Germany, or even Italy, but from Shenzhen, Shanghai, and beyond. If you loved this countdown, smash that like button and hit subscribe to Carvo so you don't miss what's approaching next. Because in the next video, we're examining the 10 cheapest Chinese SUVs that could replace your Ford or Toyota. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. This is Carvo signing off, and remember, the future of automobiles is happening faster than you think.